They're 10-1 against teams 500 or worse, and 0-3 against teams that enter with winning records. Their offense hasn't been nearly as effective in those games either, averaging about half as many points.
The entire Dolphins offensive line did not practice today, so if anybody on this set wants to go play for Miami's offensive line and go up against Dallas' defensive line this weekend, they're looking for offensive linemen, it looks like.
So let's start with the Dolphins' offense against that Cowboys defense. The Dolphins have used motion at the snap on 65% of their offensive plays, the highest rate in the NFL by far. We know they're known for that. Miami has scored 40 touchdowns in those plays, twice as many as any other team. They do it really well. But that could be an issue for this Cowboys defense, which has struggled to defend motion. Dallas has allowed the 5th highest QBR in the NFL when the offense uses motion at the snap. Opposing quarterbacks have thrown 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions on those plays. That's a really fascinating one to look out for.
So the big question, can the Dallas Cowboys come to Miami and beat the Dolphins at the Hard Rock? In this game of 2 playoff-bound teams, who has the edge? In my opinion, from all appearances, it seems that the Miami Dolphins have the edge in this game. And it might be a big edge. It might be. And later on in this video, I'm going to break from my long-standing stance of not giving predictions on football games. I am going to give you a prediction on this game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. So be sure to watch to the end. The team that will win this game is the team that is most capable of stopping the other team's offense. I know what you're saying. You're going to say, duh, that's the object in every football game. But in this instance, I've got some really hard data to back things up. And I know how y'all just love some data. As you saw in my open, neither of these teams have really fared well yet against winning teams. The Cowboys' only good win was against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Dolphins don't have any good wins and actually lost to those same Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams are trying to win their division, and both teams are working hard to try and become the #1 seed in their respective conferences. So this game has a lot of meaning for both teams. And another byproduct of this game is that by Sunday night, one of these two teams will have exorcised a demon that has been hanging over their heads all season long. The Cowboys can finally prove, if they win, that they can win on the road. And the Dolphins, if they win, will actually have proven that they can beat a playoff caliber team. So let's look at why I think the Miami Dolphins hold the edge in this game. Listen to Dan Orlovsky in this clip as he breaks down what Mike McDaniel did when he was with San Francisco when they played the Dallas Cowboys.
I think it was very clear that Mike had a lot of respect for the Dallas defense, and he was like, what are you guys great at? Aggression. I will use that aggression against you. And you saw it both in the pass and the run. He's going to design plays that get the defense flowing one way with the design cutback the other way. This is the toss counter. You're tossing the ball with the motion from the fullback to get the defense to try to run sideline to sideline, essentially. And then you have a designed cutback purposely where the fullback kicks out the end man on the line of scrimmage, and you create really good angles. Another way, and this is a wrinkle with how they'll do it with Tua, it'll probably be in the gun or the pistol, and they'll necessarily ball fake. Again, you're trying to get this defense to flow laterally and replace where they're leaving with a deep cross, which is a built-in good thing against man coverage. So that second level is like, oh gosh, here comes run, and then you replace it with a person running away from the secondary. And then the last part, and this again is the identity in many ways of the Dolphins. They will spread you out, sideline to sideline, force you to pick a side, and perimeter screen you away from that side. Dallas pressuring at the bottom. They throw the perimeter screen. I promise everybody right now, if this is Tyreek Hill and he gets this spacing, it is a touchdown. Mike McDaniel is going to take everything that Dallas is great at and try to constantly use that against it.
And of course, they're running the same offense basically. It's from the Shanahan tree, which Mike McDaniel was a disciple of. The similarities between the Dolphins offense and the 49ers offense isn't by accident. In both offenses, McDaniel liked to tie the run to the pass and vice versa.
What Mike McDaniel does incredibly well and better than anybody else is he ties his run game to his passing game, not just in the way they set the formations up, but for the receivers as well. Every little detail ties together.
Buffalo beat the crap out of the Cowboys by running the ball down their throats. Josh Allen only threw 15 passes, only completed 7 of those passes. They ran for over 250 yards. But that won't happen Sunday. McDaniel simply won't commit that much to the run. And besides, who knows what the Miami Dolphins offensive line is going to look like? I don't think the Miami Dolphins offensive line is healthy enough to sustain that kind of commitment to the run.
The entire Dolphins offensive line did not practice today. So if anybody on this set wants to go play for Miami's offensive line and go up against Dallas' defensive line this weekend, they're looking for offensive linemen, it looks like.
So what's McDaniel going to do? He's going to motion the Cowboys into oblivion and use the run to set up the pass and use the pass to set up the run. The Cowboys, for whatever reason, simply can't defend motion.
But let's start with the Dolphins offense against that Cowboys defense. The Dolphins have used motion at the snap on 65% of their offensive plays, the highest rate in the NFL by far. We know they're known for that. Miami has scored 40 touchdowns in those plays, twice as many as any other team. They do it really well. But that could be an issue for this Cowboys defense, which has struggled to defend motion. Dallas has allowed the 5th highest QBR in the NFL when the offense uses motion at the snap. Opposing quarterbacks have thrown 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions on those plays.
With all that said, it's obviously the Miami Dolphins game to lose. I've told you many times, those of you who have watched my videos, I never give predictions on football games, but I'm going to give you mine for this game. I'm going to give you 2 predictions. If Tyreek plays in this game, I'm going to say that Miami wins 42-14. I think if Tyreek's on the field, the Miami Dolphins are going to blow out the Dallas Cowboys. If Tyreek doesn't play, I think it'll be a little bit closer, but I think Miami will still win 31-17. There's more. I've got some asterisks that I need to talk about. And these 3 asterisks could affect my predictions greatly. Number 1, the Miami Dolphins cannot turn the ball over. They cannot beat themselves. Number 2, no bonehead penalties at crucial times. I don't care about an offsides here or an offsides there. I'm talking about a big time, pass interference play or something that gives the Cowboys a chance to score. You have to avoid that. And number 3, those scores I predicted only will happen if this offensive line finds a way to make sure that Micah Parsons isn't into his face all day long. If the Miami Dolphins do that, I'm extremely confident that those 2 predictions I gave you will hold. But there's something else that popped up yesterday that I gotta talk about. And I think it's something that could really affect this game. That being, Tua Tagovailoa cannot crack under the pressure of this big stage. He's obviously showing stress, and it's something to be concerned about.
Like I keep saying, everyone wants to make this about me, about Tyreek. Like, please keep pushing it to Tyreek. Like, make it about Tyreek. I understand that my platform and who I am in this league as a quarterback makes me, if you want, polarizing, whether I'm the best, whether I'm the worst. Like, I could care less. Like, I don't listen to it. This is my bearer of bad news, and Nolan. I hate to say it. I hate to say that, but that's my bearer of bad news. If anyone has something if anyone has something bad to say about me, but at the end of the day, like, I really don't care. But if she does share it with me, I mean, I keep receipts. We all have a way of how we do things, but like all the narratives about it, I am only good with Tyreek, and that you're right. That is the only time I'm at my best. You're right. I'm only good when Jalen's in. I could care less about it. Like, sure, if Jalen and those guys are not, like, I'm only as good as Raheem Mostert allows me to be. Like, that's what the narrative needs to be, and we're able to win games, and we're able to go where we want to go as a team. I am the worst football player, if that's what you want. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't. So whatever it is, whatever you need on your show, like, take clips out of what I just said. Do what you need to do. Like that, I'm just here to do my job, and my job is to help our guys win games.
And before you come running trying to attack me for what I just showed you and what I just said, understand this. It's 100% true. No one keeps receipts for something they don't care about. Understand, you just saw Tua give a 2-minute rant at a press conference, an open press conference, for something he supposedly doesn't care about. He's pissed. He's concerned. He obviously cares about what people are saying. Things I don't care about aren't on my mind. Whether Ginger or Marianne was better looking or more appealing on Gilligan's Island isn't something I think about because I don't care. You only rant. You only talk about those things that are actually on your mind. He obviously cares about it. It's obviously a concern of his. And whatever he said in that press conference, understand, if he does not perform well on Sunday, the media is going to have a field day. I already watched the morning shows this morning, and it's already begun. They are already going after Tua, and they're setting things up for Sunday night if he doesn't perform at a top level and completely execute the game plan that Mike McDaniel will put in place.
What's your reaction to Tua keeping receipts?
He doesn't care, but he spends 90 minutes at the podium telling you that he doesn't care. Oh, I'm not. But where was this attitude after the Tennessee loss? That was your time. No, don't get up there. You beat the Jets. You beat the lonely, pathetic playing Jets. You hang 30 on them. They get nothing. And now you want to beat your chest like you King Kong on the Empire State Building? Bruh, you standing up there like you Dan Marino. Stop playing. We remember what you were before Tyreek got there. Let me tell you how much they wanted Tyreek. Devontae Adams signed the largest contract in the wide receiver history as a free agent. The Miami Dolphins moved heaven and earth to get Tyreek, gave up major compensation, and made him the highest paid receiver in NFL history with years on his contract, something we don't normally see. And you want to get up here and pretend like you the driving force? Really, Tua? That's what we doing right now? Oh, you keeping receipts. We got some too. Because we watch how you played, had a 14-point lead. Do you know the history? Teams that had a 14-point lead in the last 3 minutes of the ball game? And we trotted you out there several times, and what did you do? Man, they didn't see what has happened with it, Dio. What has happened is these guys, they love all the praise. They live for the praise, but they die by the criticism. So if we critique anything that they don't do well, oh, you're a hater. I keep receipts. Well, I got a pocket of them too. And you know what? My receipt's long like a CVS list. You know when you go to CVS and you buy some lotion, Woody?
Those are the best. The CVS coupons. You know, Shannon, sometimes you have a really good day and you get like $10 extra bucks and the 40% off coupon.
Yes.
And it's like, who's better than me? Yeah, I love those coupons.
Guys, you buy
It's such a win.
You buy Q-tips and they spit out a receipt that takes you out the door. Come on, Tua. Bruh, you had a nice bounce back game, but all of a sudden, don't start pretending like you a top 3 quarterback, like you Dan Marino.
Ooh. There's only one way to end all the narratives and all the talk. Get out there and win on Sunday. And I believe, as you saw in my predictions, that the Miami Dolphins can win big. And in doing so, they're going to beat a winning team. Then you can just go ahead and burn every single one of those receipts that you're carrying around. It's that simple. It's really that simple. So let's go. Let's beat the hell out of the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Don't forget, I'll be broadcasting live. I go live at about 4:05 p.m. on Sunday. Go ahead and click here. You can just get notified as soon as I go live. Let me know what you guys think about my predictions for a big Miami Dolphins win. Talk to you soon.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?